Hi everybody. So, last video I said, hey, I'm going to try to make these things on a weekly basis because I'm committed to my channel and the people that watch my channel and support me. Try to do this once a week. That was like 3 weeks ago. Because right after I shot that video, I'd been feeling kind of down. You know, who's not sick this time of year, right? So I'm like, I got a cold, maybe I got the flu. Maybe I got strep, so I went to the doctor. No, I had mono. Mono. I'm an adult man. That's a teenager thing. I am clear. Look at my hairline. Am I a teenager? No. No, I am not. So I got mono, which is a barrel of monkeys if you've never had it. Lost 12 pounds on the mono diet. Thank you, thank you. I don't recommend it. And thus did not do much of anything. But in the midst of all this, one of my local, there's a toy store here in town that sells comics on the side, and they put a big ad on their website that they just acquired 16 boxes of comics, and pictures showed just wide variety, Bronze Age, modern stuff from the 80s, and I said, oh, and all for $1 a book. Oh, and another store in my mall, which specializes in nostalgia, going out of business, and they sell really overpriced comics, which they suddenly had 40% off. This is all happening the same weekend, and I said, I've got to go. I've got it. I need cheap comics. So, bunch of ibuprofen later, off to the comic shops, and I got a little haul here. Feeling better now, still a little tired, but much better. So, gonna get right to it. Here we go. Ghost Rider 77. I'm chipping away at my Ghost Rider run. I love Ghost Rider. Really cool cover. Really good shape. This was the first book I found in the dollar search at the comic shop, the toy store that sells comics. Comic shop? I don't know. Buck, Ghost Rider. Yay. I have not bought much modern Spidey, like Spidey in the last 7 years, but I picked up Amazing Spider-Man 37. I like this cover a lot, featuring a new origin story of when Spidey met Captain America for the first time, which intrigued me. But more importantly, I was a big fan of Untold Tales of Spider-Man, series that ran in the 90s. And that creative team, Kurt Busiek, Pat Olaf? Yeah. Reunited for a special in this issue, and I was like, oh, I didn't know this existed. Great. $1? I'm in. Cool cover. Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man number 130. Cool book. This is a series I need to collect more seriously. I always, when I pick these books up, I always tend to enjoy them, so I should really look more, because that's what I need. Another thing to collect. Excuse me. Pardon me while I take a drink. Excuse me. Getting better. Feel better. Really cool book here. Highly recommend you pick it up. Superman, Man of Steel, number 37. I got a lot of 37s this time around. This was during the 0 Hour event, for those of you who don't remember, from DC Comics in the 90s. Just a bunch of Batman in this issue from all different time periods, and all drawn the way that they were in those time periods, like Dark Knight, the Bob Kane, Bill Finger style Batman, Jim Aparo Batman, Neil Adams Batman. Very cool book. If you ever find this on the cheap, pick it up. Really cool, fun story. You'll smile. Got a couple of cool Bronze Age books. Marvel Premiere featuring The Mark of Cain, number 33. For $1? Yeah, I will take that. Look at that. Ugh, love 70s Marvel. Yeah, good stuff. To go along with that, Marvel Premiere featuring Mark of Cain, number 34. I like them. I like them. It was worth crawling out of bed to go get some cheap books. Daredevil 256. I don't know much about Typhoid Mary. I don't know much about this storyline. I know she's a Daredevil villain. I understand these stories are pretty good. They've got some acclaim. I love John Romita Jr. art, so found these for $1. Yeah, so I got this one. And issue 259, cool cover. And 260, which looks like Daredevil gets beaten down pretty bad. I haven't read these yet. Some I've read, but not these Daredevils. Cool cover. I'm a big Archie Goodwin fan, former editor, rest in peace. So I found this Marvel Age comic, number 15, that has an interview with Archie Goodwin. These Marvel Age books are pretty cool if you ever find them on the cheap. Nice inside look into what was happening at Marvel at the time. Cool book. I even found a couple of keys. No grails. I didn't find any dollar grails. But, you know, I found Action Comics 595, first appearance of the Silver Banshee. I don't do a lot of speculation, but, you know, I think Silver Banshee's already appeared on Supergirl. You know, and it seems like now picking up first appearances is a no-brainer. Find somebody on the cheap, first appearance of somebody, yeah, pick it up. So, you know, John Byrne book, good stuff. I cut off poor Superman there. See, there's Soups. Ooh, now, I love comics because you find stuff you have no idea exists. You follow artists, you follow writers, and then they team up in a book you had no idea existed, and you're like, what? Yes, I love this hobby. Twilight Zone, issue 4. I love Twilight Zone, one of my favorite TV shows. But now Comics did Twilight Zone. This has a story by Chuck Dixon, one of my favorite writers of comics, and artwork by J.H. Williams III. What? What is this book? Oh, cool. And I swear I had this comic when I was a kid, but I don't anymore, so I don't know if it got lost, stolen, sold, I don't remember. But one of the first older Bronze Age books I bought when I was a kid, I remember, was this one, Marvel Team Up 121. Spidey and the Human Torch fighting Speed Demon, one of the lesser-known Marvel villains. Marvel Team Up. I love Marvel Team Up. I don't know if I'll ever finish this stupid run, but chip away. To that end, Marvel Team Up 140, Spider-Man and Black Widow. Cool cover. Marvel Team Up's so good. Like, just, it's good. It's good. Also good, boy, this was nice. This book is not in the best shape. DC Comics, I love the 100-page giants. Unexpected 160. All these horror stories, what, 13? 13 classic horror stories reprinted all in one book. I got this for $1. Oh, yeah, this is nice. I already read this. This has some nice stories, some good horror stories from the 50s they reprinted. Very cool. If you ever get these 100-pagers, oh, they're great. More speculation, and I have several copies of this book, but I found another one for $1. Why not? DC Comics 52, Week 7, first appearance of Kathy Kane, Batwoman. Again, I keep finding these, so I pick them up. So if these ever explode in popularity, I'm set. But what are the odds? So, you know, still, cool character, cool first appearance, $1. Yes. Here's a comic I've always seen, and I was like, I'd like to get that one day, but I never wanted to spend any money to get it. $1, I'll take it. Superman #1, the relaunch, obviously. Wouldn't it be great if it was the Golden Age book? The relaunch from '86, John Byrne. Superman, $1, issue 1. Yeah, yes, please. One of the YouTubers I enjoy is a guy named Reed Comics, REED, and he's a big collector of final issues of series, which I have kind of become that as well. He's kind of turned me on to some of these books. Thank you, sir. And this was Justice Society of America number 8, the final issue of that brief series. But I do like to see the final issues of books. I like to read the letter column where the poor editor's like, well, guys, sorry, you didn't buy enough. Urgh. Cool book. I always enjoy the Justice Society. Cool characters. Starman. Love Starman. And second to last here, this book just screamed 90s fun to me, and I had to pick it up. Guardians of the Galaxy 39. This is all thing. Look how shiny. This is all the gimmicks of the 90s. You've got a book that probably was not selling that well. So they were like, put robot/skeleton Wolverine and make sure you write Wolverine on the book. We'll make it metallic and shiny. We'll also put a female on the cover that has a well-endowed chestular region. 90s comics. I see no Guardians of the Galaxy on this cover. Not even the old school Guardians. I don't know, but I picked it up for $1. Too good. Last but not least, this was not a $1 book. I went to that shop in the mall with the overpriced books that were all 40% off, and I picked up this goodie. Sometimes I just think I was born in the wrong time, because the stuff that appeals to me a lot of times is just things that were well before my time. Case in point, Walt Disney's The Scarecrow of Romney Marsh. This was a series that came out in the 60s. So good. So good if you ever get to watch this. Patrick McGoohan from Prisoner. He's the Scarecrow. I don't know how this is not a movie yet. This is such a cool character. It's visually stunning. The show was so good. And they made like 2 comics, I think. So I need to get the other one. But I found this relatively cheap, and I had to pick it up. So I love this book. I'm very glad I have this. And that's all I got. For now, still getting over the mono. I'm still just tired. Just tired. But who isn't tired, right? We're adults. We work, we do things, we get tired. But thank you, everybody. I appreciate you all watching, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much. Everybody take care. Hopefully, I'm not going to say I'll be back in a week. Hopefully I'll be back soon. I'll be back soon.